How's it going, traders? David with Alexander Trade and Investment Group. And we're going to go ahead and get ready, get set for the new trading week. We just had an amazing week last week of trading. You can see on the screen, this is IWM. I have the weekly chart on the far left, daily, middle, and my order flow footprint chart on the far right. We're going to get ready for the new week. We're going to put in our weekly extreme highs, value lows, and extreme lows, as well as the POC for the week of last week. And that would be from the 9th all the way to the 13th of this past week. We're also going to put in our daily numbers, and that we get from the last session of the week, which was Friday, the 13th. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put in our extremes, whether it's the extreme high, extreme low, value low, and the POC. And then lastly, we're going to do is we're going to change the VWAP anchor to reflect the last session. And once all that's done, we're going to go ahead and save it and get ready for tomorrow. The first trading week of the day would be tomorrow, Monday, December the 16th. That will kick off the week, and hopefully we'll have another successful week like we did last week. All right, so this is going to be pretty quick, but we're going to go ahead and get everything set. So first, we're going to start with the far left chart, which is my weekly chart. I'm going to put my weekly numbers, which is here. You can see the value high, roughly 239.36. POC, value low, extreme high. I like to put that on my daily chart. And then my same thing here on the daily, I like to put that on my footprint chart. All right, so let's get started with the obvious numbers first, which are the value high. You can see here on the far left, the value high is roughly 239.36. So again, I'm going to put 239.36 on my middle chart, which is roughly here, and I could change it. Let me do that. Instead of trying to play around with it, I'm going to change the number to 239.36. All right, and that is going to be our weekly value high. I like to label them as well. Okay. All right, next we're going to do the POC of the week, which is roughly 238.27. I'm going to put that again on my daily chart, 238.27. And go ahead and change that. It's hard to get it exactly sometimes. 238.37. That is my weekly POC for the entire week. Again, I'm getting these numbers from my weekly TPO, which is the far left. I like to put them on my daily TPO, which represents each day, and on the middle chart. All right. So next we're going to do the weekly value low. Let's say 235.43. Weekly VAL value low. And we can go ahead and get over to our extremes. So the extremes are basically the extreme of the week, whether it's the extreme high of the week or the extreme low. Uh, to make that a little easier, it looks like the extreme high was put in on Monday. So let's go over to the Monday chart. Easier to sync the time and flash over to Monday. You can see the daily TPO as well as the footprint chart is all going to change. So let's see if we can get that, move up to that time period. All right, so it looks like the extreme high was put in Monday the 9th at 10:10. So right here, 241.38. You can see that as at the top here, 231.48. All right, I'm gonna put that on my weekly 231, what do we say? 231.40, 231.38. 231.38. There we go. And that is the weekly extreme high. All right. And then the last number we're going to do for the week is the extreme low, and that was put in on Friday the 13th. So we're going to have to go all the way back to Friday. down to the 233s. And it looks like it was put in Friday at 12:30. So we sync that all the way here, 12:35 right there. Looks like the low of the week, 231.88. 231 instead of playing. Yeah, let me just do that instead of playing around with it. Change it in here, 231.88. And that is going to be the weekly extreme low. All right, now that we have our weekly numbers, I'm gonna go ahead and unsync this so it don't move around too much. We have our weekly high, extreme high, 241.38. We have our weekly value high, 239.36. Our weekly POC, point of control, 238.27. Our weekly value low, 235.43. And our weekly extreme low, 231.88. All right. So what I like to do also is I like to make sure I have everything locked. Just by if it's not locked, I go ahead and lock it. That way, if I accidentally, put my cursor on one of these numbers and I move it, it doesn't actually move the numbers. Keeps it locked in. All right. So we have our weekly numbers all set. And again, that comes from our weekly TPO of last week, December 9th to December 13th. We're looking at the entire profile. We got the extreme high, value high, POC, value low, and extreme low. And we plot that on our daily. All right, next we're going to do our daily TPO or our daily numbers. Exact same thing. We're going to look for the extreme highs, the value lows, and extreme lows, POCs, but just it's on a daily time frame. So this is our daily TPO. I like to put those on my order flow chart, which is on the far right. All right. And I can see already a nice little single print right here. Let's see what happens tomorrow. I haven't looked to see if there's any news yet, but this could be an opportunity to sell down potentially as we see price and value has dropped. Both are in sync. Who knows? There's a decent single print down at the bottom of that formation or profile, I should say. But we'll see how the market plays that. All right, so let's first go to the value. Looks like the extreme high is the easiest one because that's where market opened. Yep. And the extreme high was put in here at 935. That is, oh, actually 940 is a little bit higher, a cent higher. That is 234.86. So 234.86 there. And me, this is a preference, but I like to change the color from the daily and the weeklies. But that's all my preference. Daily, extreme high. All right. Unsync that so it don't move around too much. All right, it looks like the value high of Friday the 13th was roughly 233.40. So 233.40 there. All right, and I like that. And I label that to be daily value high. All right, PLC is next. And that's looking to be 232.81. POC, point of control. Next is the daily value low. You can see that's here. That's looking to be, looks like 232.22, like that. There. Daily value low. And the extreme. We don't know where the extreme was. Definitely not here. So anything below 232.22. And it looked like that may be it here. 1240 candle. Let's just mark it and see. That low is 231.88. So let's just mark it and see if there's anything lower than that. Getting close to the end of the day, and I think that may be it. Yep, because we out post market now. So yep, this is the extreme low of Friday. 231.88. I'm going to go ahead and label that as daily stream low. All right. Looks like we got our daily numbers set. And let me go ahead and unlock and then lock it back. Just so I don't make a mistake and accidentally click on it. All right, so we have our extreme of Friday, 234.86. We'll have our value high of Friday, 233.44. We have our POC of Friday, 232.81. We have our value low of Friday, 232.22. And then lastly, we have our extreme low of Friday, 231.88. All right. Next, what I want to do to get ready for next week, and especially for the first trading day, which is Monday, this 16th, I want to change my anchor. So I have everything set, my studies set on each chart, but for the daily, I do it on, I do my anchors on the daily chart. I'm going to go ahead and hit this drop down and then gear icon and just change it from the 12th, which was Thursday, to reflect Friday, the 13th. All right, hit apply, and then you'll see everything change. And then we go all the way over to post market, and you can see that's where you can see uh our VWAP, not divergence, but I'm losing the word here. VWAP, our deviations, deviation 1, 2, and 3 there to sell, and then we have our 1, 2, and 3 as far as a buying VWAP deviation. All right, lastly, before we end for the day, last thing we want to do is save it. I know some of you guys may have auto save. I don't. I don't have that checked. So what I do is I go down to save and just save my layout. It should pop up at the top right here. Chart layout saved, and we are all set for the week. We don't change our monthly numbers, just in case you guys have peeped that. That changes every month. So at the end of this month, I'll do a video on how to change the monthly numbers, which will reflect all of December. And we're doing the exact same thing we do for the week. It'll be the exact same extremes, extreme high, extreme low, value high, value low, POC. Exact same thing, but that one changes obviously every week. The weeklies change the monthlies change every month, the weeklies change every week, and the daily we change every day. I hope this video is helpful. Hope it helps you guys find opportunities. You'll be able to see the importance of these numbers. I'll do another video to talk about areas of interest like single prints, whether it's to buy, single print sell, the value area between value high and value low, and how that's represented as 70% of the value for that entire day. Here on the far left represents the 70% of the entire week. And if I flip it to a month, you get it the 70% of the entire month. All right, guys. Until next time, we'll be recording myself on Tuesday, trade something. So hopefully you guys will have some success tomorrow and for the rest of the week. And as always, if you have any questions, do not hesitate to leave a comment. I will respond, whether on here, YouTube, or on my other social medias, which is Instagram and Facebook. Talk to y'all soon. Have a great rest of your weekend. Have a great start to the week ahead, and we'll see y'all soon. Peace.